the Southern Valley. Here's a look at that. You can see we've got several warnings in effect, some flash flood warnings highlighted in green as well for a line that just continues to back build. So what that means is you get one storm passing over, and then behind that storm, another one forms. And those typically have been where the strongest storms are right now. And the strongest one currently moving into the Wahpeton Breckenridge area. So we're going to zoom in on that area a little bit more. You can see that we've got some flash flood warnings going on for Fergus Falls and north from there, some stronger storms. I want to point out in Otter Tail County still ongoing, but the severe thunderstorm warning for Wahpeton, Breckenridge, the Morton area included in this. So Richland County under the gun right now, but this is moving into Wilkin County and eventually will be impacting Otter Tail County as well. So Highway 13 and then stretching into the I-94 corridor there in the Wilkin and Otter Tail County will want to keep an eye out for this storm along with Highway 210 there. So Wahpeton, Breckenridge right on the edge of this. We're looking at that warning in effect until 5 a.m. Dwight included in it too, specifically Dwight. You're a little bit more in the heart of this storm. Looks like it's starting to pass out of Morton. There's Dwight as I'm zooming in. And we'll continue rolling to the east, northeast, the Connolly area. Looks like Kent is just on the edge of this as it continues to move on. I'm going to look into the information provided with this warning. We've got it moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. $half size hail likely, which is 1 inch and a quarter in diameter hail associated with this storm. And it looks like it's moving into Dwight as we speak right now. I'm going to just zoom out just a little bit more to, again, once again, get a look at that storm and a little bit of perspective going on. I'm going to turn off the warning information just so we can get a more clear view of what's happening here. Again, this is north and west of Wahpeton Breckenridge at the moment, but putting this into motion, looks like it's going to just kind of really skirt by and along the northern and western reaches of that Wahpeton area, and then continue moving north and east-northeast from there. And then that hail core within this storm, where we're looking at the darker reds and pinks, that's where we're going to see our largest hail. So again, right over the Dwight area, I'm going to switch over to our hail size detection, and you can see a large area of bright blue, which is a sign that we've got some 1 inch diameter hail or greater, estimated at 1.1 on the one spot that I've clicked on there. So this storm, again, going to be a hail producer likely in this part of the valley in Richland County. Back to our regular radar view here. Again, this storm looking nice and strong as it rolls off to the east. I'm going to expand the view here a little bit more. You can see the trajectory of it. It's a slow mover at 20 miles per hour. So let's do a track on this. I'm going to, of course, you're going to get impacted by this storm before the hail hits you. I'm going to track it out from where the hail core is. So this would be the arrival of any hail that you may see, even though the lightning and thunder and heavy rain will already be impacting some of these areas at 20 miles per hour. Again, the Connolly, Brushvale area, central parts of Wilkin County really included in this as we continue on through the morning hours, and then eventually moving in, if it holds its strength, moving into Otter Tail County too. But again, it's forming along these storms are forming along a stalled boundary, and so they really aren't moving very fast, and that's why we're seeing them form over some of the same areas, even as they are starting to clear. So I'm going to put this into motion again, just to show you the movement generally of these. Overall, I would say that they'll end up heading to the southeast, but not a whole lot of movement in that direction for the most part for some of these storms. And so what that means is we're going to see these hanging around some of the same areas for a while, and we'll likely have some more issues with flash flooding going on. I also want to point out this storm is not warned right now, but the radar looking rather impressive over by the Parker's Prairie area of potentially some large hail in that purple area here that matches the arrow that I'm using to point at it. That is an area where we may be getting some large hail as well. I'm going to take a look at the hail size estimates on this one. Not necessarily showing as much of an intense hail core going on with it, but it did just ramp up, and this tends to lag just a little bit. So something to keep in mind here as we are looking at parts of southern Otter Tail County, that Burbank and Parker's Prairie region, and this is moving to the east, southeast too. too. So again, this is the one area of storms that's still ongoing in the valley that's rather intense. Again, just want to remind you, don't mess around with these flash flood warnings that we have in effect. Flash flooding kills, and we don't want you to get caught up in that as we head into the morning hours, especially before sunrise when it's hard to tell what you're driving through. If you see standing water, turn around, find another route to get to where you need to be. You just don't know what's going on underneath the water. There could be a washout or something like that, especially on those rural roads. So looking at a lot more flash flood warnings that remain in effect from storms overnight in the northwestern part of Minnesota. And we're not done yet. Even after this clears, look what's happening to the west. We've got more rain, more thunder that's going to be approaching the valley for later this morning and into the afternoon. So again, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for the Wahpeton Breckenridge area, that Richland County area, and into Wilkin County, and just the very western reaches of Otter Tail County as well this morning. That remains in effect until 5 a.m. for a severe storm that continues to impact that area. And oh, by the way, that storm I was focused on into Otter Tail County, where you're seeing a lot of that blue there indicating some hail, there is a significant weather advisory that was just issued for that particular storm. So going to keep a close eye on that too. And we're going to continue to track this for you. In about 15 minutes, we've got the Valley Today starting up. I'll have the latest for you there, tracking the radar, but also talking about the forecast, what we can expect through the rest of the day today. We'll take a look at that hour-by-hour planner and how this may impact you through your Friday. And of course, we're all looking forward to the weekend. We'll have that forecast for you as well coming up in about 15 minutes.
For more First Alert weather updates,